This video is not a false alarm. Exploding Kittens is apparently releasing a yet announced Exploding Kittens board game, which is huge. In the day and age of AI, I initially questioned some of the photos I'm about to show you, but from what I can tell, it looks pretty legit, especially so when you consider the fact that this game is already being pre-listed on some sites. You can click on the link and look at it yourself in the description. So here's what we've got in the description of the game so far. Pop-up board game inspired by the best-selling card game. Start simple. First to the finish wins while trying to avoid the Exploding Kitten spaces. Quickly gets intense. Flip the board to play in heck no mode. Adds explosions, traps, and changes every space on the board. The site also says that it's for ages 7 and up, that the time allotment for the gameplay is 15 to 30 minutes, and the number of players is 2 to 6. Now, even as I've just read off all of that info, you're still processing. Wait, we're getting an Exploding Kittens board game? This is a pretty neat development. For those of you that don't know, this is a 10-year anniversary of Exploding Kittens, and a lot of fans have been expecting something new to come from the brand. We were expecting maybe a new expansion pack, maybe a re-release of the official Exploding Kittens base game, or maybe, possibly, if they're finished releasing all the expansions that they're going to put out, creating some sort of ultimate collection kind of box that includes everything that Exploding Kittens has to offer. Now, for those of you that watch me regularly on this channel, you know that I'm still holding out for the Super Nope card, which has yet to be seen. Exploding Kittens, I'm still waiting. Now that said, the idea of importing Exploding Kittens into a board game format sounds kind of fun. It actually sounds like Mario Party. For those of you Nintendo game lovers out there, it sounds a lot like Mario Party. The idea of the board flipping, every space becomes dangerous sort of thing. There's a couple of those gimmicks involved in the gameplay. That sounds really cool. And it's not every day that we get something like Mario Party for a party game night scene brought to a physical tabletop. So that's pretty cool. Now again, there's really not a lot out about this game yet. If you look at the photos, we can see some detail regarding the board. It looks like we're getting a look at the heck no mode side of the board. Some really neat additions. And we can also tell that apparently Exploding Kittens cards are still implemented in this board game. However, as opposed to the original base game, we can tell that the cards are going to be secondary compared to the board itself, which is the biggest highlight of this potential game. Now, obviously, Exploding Kittens in board game format is a really big deal and will be a huge announcement, but the question is that all Exploding Kittens is going to do this year? Again, I would still love to see the Super Nope card. I think that'd be amazing. I would love to see an ultimate collection of all the cards, all the headwear that Exploding Kittens has produced up to this point. We know that Exploding Kittens expansions have been slowing down up to this point, and so it seems natural for them to make a pivot where they're then going to be able to create a board game based off the game. We've seen this work in reverse, where games like Catan, the board game, have been converted into a dice or card type game, but rarely ever do we see a card game that's converted into a board game. If you know of one, I'd love for you to share in the comments what that is, because I just feel like we don't see that very often. We already know that Exploding Kittens is no stranger to trying new things, and so here's hoping that they really pull out some awesome stops for this brand new board game. Now, when might we see this board game officially release? Time will tell. My guess is probably the fall or late summer, but then again, we'll see. I would love to hear your thoughts on an Exploding Kittens board game. Do you think it's necessary? Are you excited for something like that? Or do you think it's really not needed? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. Take care and be blessed.